Welcome to the deep dive. What a whirlwind of international basketball we just witnessed. The EuroBasket tournament delivered just an electric conclusion, sending ripples right across the NBA landscape.
Oh, definitely.
We saw breakout stars emerge, clutch heroes, solidify their legacies, and some truly surprising upsets unfold. It was a continental clash that has us all asking, what does all this mean for the upcoming NBA season?
It's truly fascinating, isn't it? These international tournaments, they always provide such a rich tapestry of storylines, not just for the global game, but for how it shapes our expectations and understanding of individual players as they transition back to the NBA grind.
Right.
The intensity, the differing rules, the national pride, it all molds these athletes in unique ways that can directly influence their NBA performance.
Absolutely. And that's our mission today. You've brought us a fascinating stack of sources covering everything from Germany's championship glory to a potential Lakers trade. Our goal is to unpack these moments, extract the most important nuggets of knowledge and insight, and connect those dots for you. Think of this as your shortcut to being truly well-informed about the impact of these events on your favorite NBA teams.
Indeed. We'll be breaking down that thrilling EuroBasket final, really examining the standout performances of Franz Wagner, Dennis Schröder, and Alperen Sengun, and then exploring what their stellar international play signifies for their respective NBA seasons.
Then we'll delve into Greece's bronze medal win, with Giannis Antetokounmpo making a truly profound statement about its significance and, the disappointment for Finland, too. And finally, we'll shift our focus to the NBA trade machine, analyzing whether a potential trade for Andrew Wiggins is truly worth the cost for the Lakers, especially given their strategic shift.
Yeah, that's a big one.
It's going to be a deep dive into basketball's biggest moments and their far-reaching implications. Let's unpack this. All right, let's kick things off with the main event. Germany's golden triumph at EuroBasket. They clinched the crown with an 88-83 victory over Turkey in a game that, frankly, lived up to all the hype. It was a truly back-and-forth affair that many are calling one of the most classic championship contests in recent memory, a true continental clash.
It really was. And what's fascinating here is Germany's road to gold wasn't just about individual brilliance. It was about immense resilience. They rallied against formidable opponents, including Luka Doncic's Slovenia, where they faced a double-digit deficit and a red-hot Doncic, yet found a way to win. That was huge.
Yeah, I remember that game. Incredible comeback.
They maintained their composure through every single challenge, developing a collective composure that's, well, it's rare. This isn't a team that just came together for a single tournament. They've been building for this for 4 years, developing a championship heart.
Right, building that chemistry.
Exactly. Their consistent success, bronze in the 2022 EuroBasket, winning the 2023 FIBA World Cup, and even making it to the medal rounds at the 2024 Paris Olympics where they finished fourth. It all underscores a remarkable development in cohesion. They've learned to play with and for each other, much like the historically dominant Spanish national team. You just can't make them blink.
And at the absolute heart of that, quite literally, was Dennis Schröder. He was nothing short of heroic in that final. We're talking about two pivotal baskets late in the game under immense pressure. First, putting Germany up by 1, with just 1.15 remaining, a quick, decisive drive. Then, to seal the game, a pull-up mid-range shot up by 1 with 24 seconds left.
Unbelievable shot.
I mean, some people were comparing that shot to Michael Jordan's iconic 1990 shot against the Utah Jazz. Is that comparison fair, you think, in terms of the pressure and execution, or there's something uniquely Schröder about that moment?
Well, it certainly is high praise. And in terms of the moment's magnitude and the shot's clutch factor, I think the comparison holds weight. Schröder's shot wasn't just technically brilliant. It demonstrated his absolute belief in himself and his ability to deliver when it mattered most, a characteristic Jordan, epitomized.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't just that game. Schröder was not only the EuroBasket MVP, but he also won the World Cup MVP back in 2023. This truly makes him one of the most accomplished international players in FIBA, the International Basketball Federation history.
Which is incredible.
It really is. And this raises an important question for us in the U.S. We often undervalue international play when we talk about a player's legacy. But if you consider international play alongside NBA and college achievements, Schröder is building a serious Hall of Fame resume, especially when you think about the national pride he represents.
You've made a compelling case for Schröder's international superstar status, especially with those MVP awards. But honestly, if an NBA GM is looking at his past NBA resume, How do they reconcile that with this EuroBasket dominance? What specifically would you tell them to look for that we often overlook in the more structured NBA environment to understand his true potential?
Yeah, that's fair.
Because if you only watch the NBA, you might think of him as a really good high-energy role player. But as you said, on the international stage, he is a superstar.
Right.
He's an elite scoring guard, an elite driver, a phenomenal playmaker, and a very good passer. Plus, the sources emphasize his ferociously determined defense, especially for a player of his size, 6'1", similar to Darius Garland. He brings a level of strength and competitiveness on defense that you just don't typically see from guards of his stature.
That's a crucial observation. What's distinct about his international play is the sheer volume of responsibility he carries and, frankly, thrives under. In the NBA, he's often asked to fit a specific role, whereas in FIBA, he's the primary orchestrator, the go-to scorer, and the defensive tone setter.
He has to be everything.
Pretty much. NBA GMs need to recognize that his international performances highlight an expanded skill set, honed under constant pressure. It's not just a confidence boost, it's a demonstration of his ability to consistently break down complex defenses, create off-the-dribble opportunities for himself and others, and manage the game's tempo when the stakes are highest.
So for the Kings,
For the Sacramento Kings, this means he's not just a reliable scorer off the bench, but a proven secondary playmaker who can alleviate pressure from DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Domantas Sabonis in half-court sets, especially when the primary action stalls.
right, another ball handler.
Exactly. Think of his expanded court vision and decisive passing in the tournament. That's the glue that genuinely connects their star offensive pieces. He's like, I saw someone say he's like, free drinks for life in Germany now.
Slight chuckle. Free drinks for life. I bet his agent's already negotiating a clause for unlimited schnitzel, too.
Wouldn't be surprised.
But seriously, that kind of adoration, it must be an incredible feeling for a player who, in the NBA, is often seen purely as a high-level role player. What stands out here is the idea that Schröder's experience and newfound confidence can be the glue that helps the Kings' core of DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Domantas Sabonis truly stick together. His improved distribution, with 12 assists in the final and multiple multi-assist games throughout the tournament, is crucial. It echoes the success Lonzo Ball brought to Chicago's core, where a distributing point guard really unlocked the offense and created rhythm.
That's a great comparison.
Imagine his pick-and-roll synergy with Sabonis. That's going to be a key dynamic to watch, especially with Sabonis' passing ability from the post.
Oh, absolutely. That two-man game could be deadly.
Historically, these high-level international experiences have led to sharper starts for NBA players, and the Kings, with their tough early schedule, could really benefit from that immediate impact.
Definitely. And moving from the experienced general to the rising star, Franz Wagner also had a monumental tournament for Germany. The Orlando Magic forward scored 16 of his 18 points in the first half of the final, playing a critical role in stabilizing Germany after they fell into an early 13-2 deficit. That was a moment where the team could have easily unraveled.
Huge.
And he was also named to the All-Star 5 for the tournament, a prestigious honor recognizing him as one of the 5 best players across the entire competition. A testament to his consistent impact.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Despite Schröder's MVP, there's a strong perspective that Wagner is arguably the most talented player on the German team and potentially on a higher NBA trajectory.
You could make that argument.
His consistent offensive presence throughout the tournament, averaging 24 points in various games, solidifies his rising star status. He's not always the primary shot hunter, but he does the little things, moving without the ball, making timely cuts, playing tenacious defense, and delivers impactful play when the team needs it most, like settling Germany down early in that final.
Yeah, his feel for the game is impressive.
This adaptability and willingness to impact the game in multiple ways is what makes him so special.
And this international success has very tangible implications for the Orlando Magic. Historically, Wagner has shown a significant bump in performance after these international tournaments. After the 2022 EuroBasket, where Germany won bronze, he averaged 19.5 points per game on 50% shooting in his first 20 NBA games. That was a point per game more than his season average.
Wow, okay.
The same pattern repeated after the 2023 World Cup. He averaged 20.7 points in his first 20 NBA games again, a point per game more than his season average.
So it's a trend.
It's not just a coincidence. It reflects improved conditioning, heightened confidence, and experience playing in high-pressure situations against elite competition.
So what does this all mean for the Magic? The Magic expect him to be on the ball more this season, especially without a dedicated, Dennis Schröder type point guard.
Right, they need him to initiate more.
This will demand more assertive leadership from him, and this EuroBasket run gives him the confidence to step into that expanded role. He's clearly on a star trajectory, potentially becoming the Jaylen Brown to Paolo Banchero's Jason Tatum on a contending Magic team.
That's the ceiling they're hoping for.
If Wagner indeed becomes the Jaylen Brown to Banchero's Jason Tatum, it implies a significant leap in his two-way impact. We're talking about a player who can consistently generate 20-plus points efficiently, defend multiple positions with tenacity, and handle primary ball handling duties in stretches.
Yeah, that's the potential.
This EuroBasket run has shown he's ready for that higher usage and responsibility, which could unlock a more dynamic and less predictable Magic offense. These high-level games mean he comes into training camp sharper, ready to hit the ground running.
Which is incredibly beneficial for a Magic team eager for a hot start and looking to climb the Eastern Conference standings. They need that boost.
Absolutely.
Transitioning to the other side of that thrilling final, Turkey's valiant effort was undeniable. They had a strong tournament run, making it to the final and even starting the championship game with a commanding 13-2 lead.
They came out firing.
They really did. Individual performances were impressive, but ultimately Germany's ability to out-rebound them 36-26 and shoot lights out from three, hitting 14 of 26 attempts. That proved too much.
14 threes, wow.
Yeah, just couldn't miss. Their valiant effort was not enough to secure the gold, but it was certainly a memorable tournament for them.
And for Turkey, the centerpiece was Houston Rockets center Alperen Sengun, who had just a breakout tournament. In the final alone, he put up 28 points on 11 of 22 shooting, along with 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 turnovers, and 3 crucial first-quarter blocks.
He's doing everything.
Throughout the tournament, he was the #1 scorer, rebounder, and facilitator for his team, truly serving as their offensive and defensive anchor. He also earned a spot on the All-Star 5, solidifying his status as one of the best players in the competition.
His performance was so impactful that there's a strong opinion among some that Sengun was robbed of the EuroBasket MVP award.
Really? Over Schröder?
Yeah, the argument is that he carried a far greater individual responsibility for his team than Schröder did for Germany, often having to create his own offense or initiate it for others with, let's say, less surrounding talent.
Okay, I can see that argument.
This perspective underscores just how phenomenal his individual play was throughout the tournament and how much he truly put the team on his back.
Here's where we get into some key lessons from that final, though, especially for Sengun's development. First, his early foul trouble was a major factor. 2 fouls in the first quarter, 3 in the second.
Yeah, that hurt them badly.
Then, controversially, his coach decided to bench him to start the second half, despite Turkey holding a 46-40 lead.
Still can't believe that decision.
Germany immediately went on a 10-3 run to regain momentum, highlighting the critical impact of his absence. This stark contrast in foul limits, FIBA's 5 fouls in 40 minutes versus NBA's 6 fouls in 48 minutes, is crucial.
Totally different game for bigs.
It means Sengun's early foul trouble in EuroBasket wasn't just bad luck. It's a constant tightrope walk for big men in international play. It demands an incredibly disciplined defensive approach, a lesson in self-control under pressure that will serve him well in the NBA, even with the more lenient foul rules.
Indeed, that coaching decision proved to be a pivotal moment and a harsh lesson. Beyond foul trouble, Sengun's shot selection in the final also raised some eyebrows. He took 5 three-pointers, hitting only 1.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Many of which were described as lazy, early clock attempts. These weren't shots within the flow of the offense. They were often forced attempts that aren't his natural game, especially when his overall impact around the rim as a scorer and playmaker is so high.
Seemed like he was pressing a bit.
It's a clear indication that he was trying to do too much rather than sticking to his strengths.
And it wasn't just him. There was an issue with his teammates, like Shane Larkin, who was 5 of 16 from the field. Sometimes forcing offense instead of consistently getting the ball to their best player, particularly in the post where Sengun excels. This forced Sengun into a pure scoring role rather than allowing him to make a broader impact with his playmaking and post touches where he truly thrives.
Right, limiting his best skills.
For a player who loves to facilitate, being forced to hunt his own shot constantly limits his overall effectiveness.
This leads us to a crucial analytical point about Sengun's role. Is he an engine or a closer?
Interesting distinction.
While he's a perfect engine to run an offense for the first 3 quarters, consistently creating and scoring with his unique blend of post play and passing, the final highlighted that he may not yet be the closer for crunch time situations. We saw this dynamic with the Milwaukee Bucks championship run, remember? Giannis Antetokounmpo was the engine, initiating much of the offense.
Right, but Middleton hit the big shot.
Exactly. Chris Middleton often took those clutch shots, allowing Giannis to operate within specific actions rather than solely handling the ball in isolation. This points to a critical development area for Sengun as he matures. For the Rockets, it means they still need a dedicated late-game scorer to truly contend, allowing Sengun to leverage his playmaking from the post rather than being forced into uncomfortable isolation situations.
So what's the outlook for the Rockets season after this bittersweet experience? Losing the final but making history by winning silver will undoubtedly serve as significant motivation for Sengun.
You'd think so.
The adage, "you have to lose before you can win," often applies to players' career trajectories, driving them to improve. This tournament provided invaluable experience against tough defenses, showing him exactly where his decision-making can improve and how he can better command opportunities. For you, the listener, what this means is that Sengun will come into the NBA season with a clearer understanding of his strengths and weaknesses under high pressure, which is invaluable for a young player still finding his way.
Absolutely. The experience of facing double teams, making quick reads, and the pressure to deliver late and high-stakes games will prepare him immensely for his NBA season. While the sources mention a hypothetical future with a closer like Kevin Durant, the key insight for you, the listener, is how Sengun's game will evolve to work with other high-level talent in crunch time.
Right, it's about complementing others, too.
This isn't about him not being able to score late. It's about him learning to make the most impactful plays, whether that's scoring, passing, or setting screens, using his burden, and making the team as a whole more effective in those critical final possessions. It's about collective execution under pressure, and this tournament provided a masterclass in that.
From the individual triumphs and hard lessons learned in the finals, we shift our attention to the bronze medal game, where another global superstar, Giannis Antetokounmpo, made a statement that speaks volumes about the true value of international success. Greece secured a 92-89 victory over Finland in the third-place match, holding off a strong fourth-quarter comeback, with Finland outscoring them 33-23 in the final period.
Yeah, Finland made a real push there at the end. It's important to acknowledge Finland's strong tournament performance, even if they fell short of a medal. Lauri Markkanen in particular had a sensational run, showcasing his growing talent on the international stage.
He was fantastic.
Their unexpected depth and resilience were a highlight of the tournament, and while disappointing not to medal, they certainly left their mark.
But the real headline from this game came from Giannis Antetokounmpo, who made a truly bold and surprising statement. He declared that winning the EuroBasket bronze medal with Greece was the biggest success of his life,
Whoa.
despite already having an NBA championship ring. That's a huge statement, especially for an athlete who has reached the pinnacle of his sport domestically.
It really is, and what's fascinating here is why this statement might seem so unusual to an American audience. In the U.S., international medals are often scoffed at, or certainly given less weight compared to NBA titles.
Yeah, you hear that a lot.
If you look at players like Carmelo Anthony, who has 3 gold medals and 1 bronze, or Kevin Durant with 4 golds, their international success isn't typically given the same weight in discussions of their overall legacy as their NBA achievements.
True.
It's a reflection of what some call American exceptionalism, where we tend to undervalue international accomplishments compared to domestic league titles.
That's a powerful point about undervaluing international play. It makes me wonder, what's one specific skill you saw from Giannis in EuroBasket that NBA teams have consistently failed to leverage, and how can the Bucks unlock it?
That's a good question. Maybe his ability to operate more as a primary playmaker from the top, initiating actions rather than just finishing them.
Interesting. Beyond his personal story, Giannis' statement illuminates a fascinating cultural divide in basketball. For European players like him, representing your home country on the global stage, especially achieving a medal with a team that isn't always favored, often carries a weight that transcends club success.
Absolutely, it's different.
This isn't just about American exceptionalism, it's about national pride, deeply embedded traditions, and the unique connection to one's roots. Many international stars view these tournaments not just as games, but as sacred opportunities to bring joy and recognition to their entire nation, something an NBA championship, while glorious, cannot replicate in the same way.
Well said.
It's an entirely different kind of validation, steeped in identity and heritage.
You're absolutely right. For Giannis, it's about honoring his origins. This achievement holds deep personal significance for him. Winning for the country where he grew up, a country that embraced him and his family despite their initial struggles. He did it alongside his brothers, Thanasis and Kostas, on a team not historically dominant at this level. The sources describe it as a perfect Disney movie-level finish, with his family in attendance,
Wow.
highlighting the immense emotional and cultural value of such an achievement for him. It's a story of an immigrant making good for his adopted home, a narrative that resonates far beyond basketball.
It also represented a significant redemption arc for Giannis, one that showcases his mental fortitude. He had a tough prior loss in the tournament, scoring only 12 points and committing 5 turnovers in a previous game.
Yeah, that was uncharacteristic.
A performance that undoubtedly weighed heavily on him. But in the bronze medal game against Finland, he bounced back with a remarkable 30 points and 17 rebounds, dominating the game when his team needed him most.
Monster game.
And crucially, he iced the game with free throws, directly addressing a past career struggle that has sometimes haunted him. This wasn't just a feel-good story. It was a testament to his ability to self-correct under immense pressure.
Precisely. This kind of crucible, succeeding when it truly matters for his country, could imbue Giannis with an even deeper well of resilience for the upcoming NBA season, making him even more formidable in clutch playoff moments for the Bucks.
Good point.
For you, the listener, it demonstrates that these international experiences aren't just exhibition games. They are intense training grounds for emotional and mental toughness that directly translates to NBA success, particularly for a player of Giannis's caliber who constantly strives for self-improvement.
Now let's pivot from international glory to the high-stakes world of NBA trade rumors, specifically focusing on the Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay, the Lakers. Always interesting.
The Lakers are reportedly thawing their stance on preserving cap space for 2026 and 2027 when marquee players like Giannis or Nikola Jokic might become available. This shift suggests a newfound willingness to make all-in moves sooner, indicating a more aggressive approach to immediate contention.
This signals a significant change in philosophy. Previously, the Lakers were very focused on financial flexibility for future superstar hunting, aiming to have maximum cap space in those marquee free agency years.
Saving those pennies.
Right. This reported shift suggests they might be ready to consolidate assets and make a move for immediate team improvement, even if it impacts their long-term cap situation. It's a recognition that their current window with LeBron James is paramount, and they can't afford to wait too long.
Got to maximize LeBron's remaining years.
Exactly.
And the target being discussed is Andrew Wiggins. He's an attractive player for the Lakers because he directly addresses their most obvious need, a wing defender who can guard the point of attack.
Yeah, that POA defense is huge.
Meaning he can hound the opposing team's primary ball handler from half court, disrupting their offensive flow and forcing difficult decisions right from the start of the possession. At this stage of his career, he's considered an excellent defender and a good enough three-point shooter, which fits their defensive and spacing requirements.
He brings that athleticism and size on the wing that the Lakers currently lack.
For sure.
What's fascinating here, though, is the conflicting reports regarding Wiggins' availability. The Miami Heat are said to consider him part of their core and are reluctant to fully rebuild, especially after their own deep playoff runs.
So they might not want to move him.
Right. Some believe the trade chatter is overblown, suggesting Miami isn't actively looking to move him unless an overwhelming offer comes their way. This makes any potential acquisition challenging, as the Lakers would have to truly convince Miami to part with a key player.
And the challenging part brings us to the cost of acquisition. Matching Wiggins' salary, which is around $27 million, is a significant hurdle, especially with current trade restrictions on players like Jackson Hayes.
Right, he can't be traded until December.
Who isn't available to be traded until mid-December due to his recent contract signing. This almost necessitates including key current players and potentially multiple pieces to make the salaries work under NBA rules.
It's not a simple one-for-one swap, especially given their limited tradable contracts. Makes it tricky.
Very tricky.
So let's break down the potential scenarios. Scenario 1 involves the Lakers acquiring Wiggins while keeping Rui Hachimura. The proposed trade would be Dalton Knecht and a first-round pick for Wiggins. Now, both of us would agree this would be a Well, a no-brainer for the Lakers.
Oh, absolutely. 1,000%. That would be a sensible use of that first-round pick because it stacks talent rather than just swapping it out.
Yeah.
It would fortify the roster significantly, adding a crucial two-way wing without depleting their existing forward depth.
Everyone signs off on that one.
Everyone would be thrilled with that outcome.
Yeah.
That's the dream scenario for the Lakers, undeniably.
However, the more realistic and complex scenario, given the current salary matching difficulties and Miami's potential reluctance, is a direct swap, trading Rui Hachimura for Andrew Wiggins.
Okay. Here's where it gets tough.
This raises a fundamental trade-off.
From my perspective, this trade is worth it for the wing defense that Wiggins provides. It would balance the roster and rotation, allowing LeBron James to play more at power forward, which is better for his longevity, and the team's overall structure defensively.
Okay, I hear that.
You're filling a glaring hole with an elite specialist, something Rui doesn't offer at the same level.
But this raises an important question. Do the Lakers actually get much better if Wiggins comes at the cost of Rui? Even if Wiggins fills certain defensive needs, Rui doesn't. Rui Hachimura is a really good scoring option, an excellent floor spacer from three, a very good cutter, and overall a good offensive player who's shown improvement defensively, particularly guarding bigger forwards.
He has gotten better on D.
Losing him would significantly impact bench scoring, leaving options like Gabe Vincent, Jake LaRavia, or Marcus Smart to pick up the slack, and none of them reliably replicate Rui's offensive output.
That bench scoring is a concern.
He's also considered a more reliable three-point shooter than Wiggins statistically. This isn't just a simple upgrade, it's a very specific exchange of skills, and the Lakers might be creating a new problem while solving another.
That brings us to the meaning of all-in for the Lakers then. They have limited trade assets. They're not trading Luka, LeBron, or likely Austin Reeves unless it's for a real star.
Right, Reeves is probably off the table too, unless it's huge.
So their realistic all-in capacity is somewhat constrained, especially with teams knowing they're desperate to win now. They don't have a treasure chest of first-round picks like some other teams.
Indeed. The Wiggins trade, which would likely involve him picking up his $30 million player option for the next year,
Oh yeah, that player option. Big commitment.
represents as all-in as they can realistically go right now. It's a binary question for the Lakers. Do they sacrifice some future cap space and flexibility, potentially foregoing a chance at another superstar in 2026-27 for immediate team improvement with Wiggins? Or do they hold on to those future options and risk falling short in the current LeBron window? This is a tough decision with long-term implications, fundamentally altering their strategic roadmap.
It really is. So if Wiggins proves too costly or unavailable, what are some alternative wing targets that could provide some of that needed defense and shooting? One idea is Josh Green from Charlotte. A trade involving Gabe Vincent or Maxi Kleber plus Dalton Knecht and a protected first-round pick could potentially bring in Green.
Interesting. Younger option?
He's younger, athletic, a credible three-point shooter, and a far better defender than Knecht, adding talent without losing Rui. He's an intriguing prospect who fits their timeline better.
Another name that comes up often for his defensive prowess is Matisse Thybulle.
Thybulle, yeah. Defense first.
He's effective defensively, known for his incredible blocks and steals, but he's often injured and on an expiring contract, which presents its own risks and rewards. His offensive game is also far less developed than Wiggins or Green, which is a major consideration for a team needing scoring.
True, the offense is a question mark there. And a listener suggestion we received was Lou Dort from Oklahoma City.
Lou Dort. Good player.
He's a better, younger player and a more reliable shooter than Thybulle, described as a perfect role player for the Lakers. However, OKC has no need for Dalton Knecht or the Lakers' late first-round picks due to their abundance of assets.
Yeah, OKC is swimming in picks. They don't need what the Lakers are selling.
Exactly. Dort would likely only be available if OKC chooses not to extend him in the offseason, which feels like a long shot for a team like the Lakers trying to win now. His contract situation and OKC's current trajectory make him a highly unlikely target for this immediate all-in push.
Seems unlikely, yeah.
So, we've navigated the highs of Germany's EuroBasket championship, the impactful performances of players like Dennis Schröder and Franz Wagner, and the profound meaning behind Giannis Antetokounmpo's bronze medal.
Quite a journey.
We also wrestled with the Lakers' strategic choices in pursuing a player like Andrew Wiggins, weighing the immediate needs against future flexibility.
What's truly evident is that the world of basketball constantly challenges our assumptions, whether it's the true value of an international medal or the strategic balance between building for the future and seizing the moment in the NBA. These deep dives illuminate just how interconnected these global events are with our local teams, shaping narratives and influencing roster decisions.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? The EuroBasket experience provides such a different lens through which to view these players and teams. What does this EuroBasket experience tell you about the global impact on the NBA's upcoming season, and how might these international lessons manifest on the American hardwood?
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
If you enjoyed today's conversation and want to continue exploring the fascinating world of basketball with us, be sure to check out our other episodes.